Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is I, Tess on the Quest, aka Johnny. I hope you all are having a great day, and in today's little video we are going to be doing a Minnesota Wild season sim with them adding a Quinn Hughes to their defense. So lines are basically just their best lines. I did try to do it, like to do the real life, but there's too many good, like Zuccarello is technically not playing. Uh, So like I kind of wanted to do that, but then I was like, you know what, we'll just give them their best players. Like if this was a full healthy Minnesota team, how would they do? But I did keep like Yuryov on the second line because that's where he's currently playing. But it's gonna be like this. So Kaprizov, Eriksson, Zuccarello, Boldy, Yuryov, Johansson, Foligno, Hartman, Tarasenko, Nicholas Ubikabel, if I said that right, Nico Sturm and Yakov Trenin. Defense, you'll have Quinn Hughes with Brock Faber, Jared Spurgeon with Jonas Brodin, and then Jacob Milton with Zach Bogosian, and then obviously Annette Gustafsson and Jesper Wallstedt. So, best lines in the AHL doesn't really matter. We're just doing 1 year. There's no injuries, there's no trades. Every team is basically keeping their entire team together. So, I'm going to simulate to the regular season, and we are going to get this thing underway. Here we go. So we're just gonna simulate together. So let's go all the way. Actually, we'll go to February 1st, and we'll take a look at the stats. So no trades are gonna happen. Nothing. It's just Minnesota Wild team. Let's see. So they lose to the Blues, but they do beat Columbus. Lose to the Kings. Lose to the Stars. Washington is also a loss. So they're off to a horrible start here, 1-4-2. New Jersey, that's a win. Utah, that's a loss in the shootout. It's a win against San Jose. Lost to Winnipeg. Pittsburgh's a win. Vancouver. So while this is simulating, let's talk about this deal. So the Minnesota Wild obviously acquired Quinn Hughes, as you can see. I'm gonna put it up on the screen here, and I'm kind of I think it's a win-win for both teams. I mean, Minnesota gets Quinn Hughes. You give up Marco Rossi, Liam Ogrim, and Zeev Buium, if I said that correctly, and a first-round pick this year. Obviously, the big piece is obviously Zeev. He's like probably the Quinn Hughes replacement in Vancouver, but I don't think he'll ever get to Quinn Hughes levels. You never know if he develops properly, but I think if you're Minnesota, you have to go for it, and especially after the report that came out that Quinn Hughes isn't like for sure not going to sign in Minnesota, that they have a chance to sign him. I think if they sign it to an extension, that's just a home run. You're a defensive unit of Hughes, Faber, Spurgeon, and Brodeen as a top four is actually really solid. Obviously, I still think there's teams in the Western that are a little bit stronger on the back end, but it definitely gives them a really good defense. Obviously, now you lack in a centerman losing Marco Rossi, but you can take the hit on Liam Ogrim and Zeev because they're not really going to be helping you if you're going to win the Stanley Cup this year. Quinn Hughes can help you win the Stanley Cup. So, if we go back to what's happening, we are 19, 21, and 5. So the EA Sim does not like the Wild right now. I still think we have a chance to make the playoffs, but we'll see. So Buffalo, that's a loss. So that's yeesh, this month of January is not been kind. We do beat Montreal in overtime. Lose to Detroit though. We're now last in the Central. Oh boy. Okay. Chicago, that's another loss. Calgary, that's a loss. And Edmonton, another loss. So we are like over 12 points out of a playoff spot. Oh boy, EA. Yeah, let's just add Quinn Hughes to this team and they're just not going to simulate good. 54 points for Hughes, 51 for Kaprizov. And then like not like look at this. Oh my God. That's horrible. Okay. So obviously the whole point of this was to actually get to the playoffs. So let's see, in the minors, there's really no one we could call up. I do think we'll call up David Yurchech and he'll replace Zach Bogosian. So let's see. So if we go back to the NHL, let's see. So if we move Boldy to the first, and then we'll go Johansson, Yuryev, Zuccarello, Tarasenko, Hart. I think that's fine for now. I mean, we could take you out for Tyler Picklick just to try something. And then defensively, like I said, Zach Bogosian will come out for David Yurchech. Let's see, if we go Spurgeon, no, it doesn't really. We don't get a bump. We do get a +5 with Brodin, but yeah, so no, we'll just do that. How's our goaltending? 909 and a 903. Our goaltending is good. EA just not letting us sim well. What's our coach? Is he like bad? No, he's an A. So let's now just simulate to the end of the season. Hopefully they can make the playoffs. If not, then well, hopefully they do better in real life than in game. I don't understand. You add like a 95 overall defenseman. Like I get that their like forwards are not that good, but like come on, you get a 95 on the back end and like you're not gonna get a little boost in the simulation here? EA, please. That's like that is a joke. That is a joke. Like we're almost 10 games under 500. If we lose to Colorado, we're 10 games under 500. I mean, we did just beat Utah, so now we're back to 9. There you go, 2 wins in a row. Maybe we'll get like a after deadline boost here. So Vegas. Okay, so we've won 4 in a row. Obviously, we're not jumping into the trade deadline. My apologies. We do keep a point streak, so we've won. We're winning and getting points, as I guess helps. But then it comes to a crash against Philly. I mean, we're so close to being 500. I guess now the goal would just be 500 by the end of the year. So back to back against Chicago. We lose that one. That's gonna really okay. So we do win the second one. We're no longer last in the Central, so that's good. Tampa, we do win in overtime. We're back to last, but we just beat Florida, so we're not last anymore. So we're 8 points out of a playoff spot right now. Boston, that's a loss. Great. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna even be able to be 500. Vancouver, who did trade Quinn Hughes, we lose to them, so they get their revenge. Lost to Ottawa. We do beat Detroit. Seattle, that's a loss. That's fantastic. Yeah, I don't think we're making the playoff. That's a loss to Dallas. I think that just put the nail in the coffin. So, let's see. Can we at least win the last 3 games of the season? We do. So we win the last 3 games of the season. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at the stats. So we'll take a look at the team stats first. So in the entire league, we were 5th worst team. But New Jersey was the last. Okay. And Dallas, you're telling me Dallas wouldn't make the playoffs with their team? Yeesh, okay. And then player stats. Well, Quinn Hughes was a plus. I mean, he was a point per game. Kaprizov was just under, but then, like, look at this. I mean, Neil Yuryev was the second line center. Only put up 21 points. I mean, David Yurchech came in and put in 11 and 26, so he kind of helped. How's our goaltending? 911 save percentage and a 909. I'm just so perplexed here. Let's take a look at the Vancouver Canucks. Let's see how they did if they got some games. So Marco Rossi put up 50 points, which would have been his second best ever season. And Ziv William put up 34 and is up to an 84 overall. And then did Liam Ogren get any game time in the NHL? No. He did play in the NHL, so we'll take a look. And he got 51 in 70. So we're going to at least finish this off and see who can win the Stanley Cup. So I want to go back to the NHL. So playoffs have not started yet. Let's see who is going to be playing in the playoffs. So let's take a look. So playoff tree. In the Western Conference, it will be Utah against Nashville, Colorado and Anaheim, Vegas and the Kings, Edmonton and Winnipeg. Over in the East, it's going to be Pittsburgh and New York, Buffalo and Carolina. So Buffalo makes the playoffs. Toronto and Montreal, and Tampa and Florida do another rematch. So let's see who is gonna win. So we'll do a little bit of simulating and we'll stop. So let's stop here. Let's see. So Winnipeg is up 2-0, LA up 1. Okay, so far not enough time. We'll keep simulating a little bit more. Okay, we'll give it a stop here. So Winnipeg is up 3-1, Colorado's up 3-1, Utah's up 3-0, Florida's up 3-0 at 3-1, Carolina's up 3-1, and Pittsburgh is up 3-0. So I guess decent first round matchups for those. I mean, I would be really interested in seeing Anaheim and Colorado. I know Colorado dog walked Anaheim not so long ago in real life, but I think it would be a fun matchup. Let's see. If we stop here, are we in the second round? We're in the conference finals. So it's Carolina, Montreal, and Colorado and Winnipeg. Okay. I can see two of the four teams being in the conference finals in Colorado, Carolina. Finishing, let's see. Do we guys like a final matchup? We do. It is Colorado and Carolina. I mean, that could happen in real life. And Colorado wins, which I think is what's going to happen in real life as well. So in this universe, Carolina would get the first overall pick from. So you make the final, but you get first overall pick. So let's go ahead and we'll just see how the playoff tree went for the Colorado Avalanche. So they obviously beat Carolina in 6, beat Winnipeg in 7, beat Utah in 5, and beat Anaheim in 5. So they had a pretty easy run up until the Western Conference Finals. If we take a look at the awards, Colorado obviously wins their second cup. Tampa won the President's, but it was Colorado and Carolina. McDavid won the Art Ross. McKinnon won the Hart. Norris went to Makar. Teravainen won the Lady Byng. Calder goes to Sam Renzel. Okay. Ken Makar won the Conn Smythe. Freddie Anderson won the Vezina. William M. Jennings goes to Freddie Anderson. Ryan Graves won the Bill Masterton. Jack Adams goes to Dan Hughes, which could happen in real life if they make the playoffs. Kopi wins his last Selke Trophy. McKinnon won the Ted Lindsay. And Kucherov won the Maurice Richard. So that is gonna do it for this video. So it's a little unfortunate that Minnesota did not make the playoffs because I would have loved to have that. But what can you do? EA Sim is just ass. Well, if you indeed enjoy this video and you want me to do more like these, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao.
Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good. Fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts. I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong. I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never